ufakazi ophane ngabo noma yilento ebengikade ngimtolikele yona.
You said at that time you were held by Buthelezi and someone else. Can you describe that person?
Uthebo kade ubanjwe ubuthelezi nomunye ake umchaze lo omunye lo okhuluma ngaye.
Ngishilo Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi wayenomzimba yizwa ngeke ngimbona ebusweni ngoba bayifaka imask la ngeke ngikwazi ukumbona la ebusweni.
The particular person had a big body, however I could not see him on the face as he had a mask.
Because what I heard when I asked you this question, it was a white gentleman. So I wanted it to be clarified.
Uma ngisho na umshushisi uthi uzwe kanjalo naye ukuthi uthe umuntu wayekade emhlophe.
Nkosi enkantolo kune mask le eveza amehlo la lengathi phelela so esikwa so. Uyambona umuntu la emhlophe uthi ayilo mhlophe la mawumbuka la usevela khona la.
My Lord, there is that particular mask that shows only the eyes, and when you look right through towards the eye, you would be able to see that the particular person was white.
I wanted clarity on that. I thought maybe it was lost in translation, but it's fine. Let's proceed.
Uthi bekafuna ukucaciselwa khona lapho bekacanga ukuthi mhlawumbe ilahleke ngalesikhathi ngizobe ngiyitolika.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
So, once you were still there, when you were held by that gentleman you've described and as well as Buthelezi, were you still in cuffs?
Ngalesikhathi ubanjwe ilomlisa lo othi wayekubambe nobuthelezi bo usafaswe izankosi.
Nkosi enkantolo ngangifaswe some izandla zami na azangathi ngifaswe so ngifaswa ngemuva izandla zami.
I was still in cuffs and the hands were at the back, my Lord. I never said I was cuffed from the front.
And then when you were made to sign those documents, were the cuffs taken off at some stage?
Ngalesikhathi bathi usayine ke amaphepha lezankosi ziye zakhululwa.
Wakhiphe C1 Nkosi enkantolo sawa right.
One of the cuffs were removed, especially the one which was on the right hand side.
Okay, fine. I just want to make sure that I ask you this question. Fingerprints, were they taken there at Orlando near those ATMs?
Manje uthi isithupha sithathwe laphaya khona eOrlando la bekade kunalama ATM.
Nkosi enkantolo ngisithatha isithupha khona eOrlando ngoba babephethe lento le. Khona lento babephethe encane le encane le la wafika ayivula khona kwathiwa ngesituphe songibekele.
Yes, my Lord, it was taken in Orlando because that ink print was there in Orlando and they said I must put my fingerprint, and then that's when I had placed it.
Who was in possession of that particular item you're referring to?
Ubani lo bekade eyiphethe lento le ebathe ubeke isithupha kuyo.
Angithi Nkosi enkantolo mangishawa mina umabheno wafika wayivula phambi kwami ethi ngiyathelisa la beka la ubaba lo ebambela amaphepha la.
Mabhena opened it as I was being assaulted and he was in front of me. He opened it and said I must put my thumbprint and then put it on the document.
So, lastly, the AVL indicates that the vehicle, the Toyota Fortuner, returned to Moroka police station at around 1616.
Manje ubufakazi lo be AVL bubonisa ukuthi imoto le ya Toyota Fortuner ibuyele emuva eMoroka isikhathi uma kukade kuyimizuzu e16 ngemva kwehora lesine.
Nkosi enkantolo mina isikhathi ngangenaso Nkosi enkantolo ngeke ngikwazi ukuphawula ngesikhathi.
I did not have a watch, my Lord. I would not be able to comment on the time.
But can you comment on whether the assault did take place before this time?
Mhlawumbe ungakwazi ukuphawula ukuthi ushawe ngaphambi kwalesi sikhathi na?
Isikhathi ngangenaso Nkosi enkantolo.
I did not have a watch.
Mhlawumbe isikhathi ngisiphethe Nkosi enkantolo ngizoyitshela into engcono ngesikhathi.
If I had a watch, I would be able to give a better version.
Then let's proceed now to the stage where you're at Puking.
Asiqhubeke ke siye lapho kade usephukeni.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
And then it was a stage where Mokgane went in to speak to some police officials.
ula ubekade uthe umkhani uye wangena wakhuluma namanye amaphoyisa.
yebo nkosi enkantolo ungenile ngaphakathi ubaba umhane waphinde ke waphuma de khona namaphoyisa waphuma weza la kuba ugenda babemkhona phandle.
Yes, my lord, Mr. Mkhane went in and spoke to certain police officers, and then he came back and spoke to Mr. Gininda as we were outside.
Emva ngalokho nkosi enkantolo kwangeniwe emotweni.
And after that, they went into the vehicles.
Ngayibona imoto zihamba ngoba ngangatshenwanga ukuthi kiwe endlini but ngayibona imoto isijika isingena phakathi elokishini mayihamba iphuma endleleni lebheka kunenye indawo ethiwa iLuka.
And the vehicles drove off. I was not told that we were going to my place of residence, but I saw the motor vehicle going into the township, and there is a place called Luka.
Yangena nkosi enkantolo ngendlela lestrada esesibheka endlini yami phevile lebheka estrada bohamba khona ama taxi ngasendlini yami.
And the motor vehicle went into the street which was going towards my place of residence.
Kodwa mina angifikanga ngasendlini ngoba imoto bayimisa la kunestrada esehlaya esibheke ezathi bohamba esporo kunesporo bohamba khona itrain letha ethatha istofu semayini.
However, my lord, I did not get to the house. There is a certain street which goes towards the railway lane, and then the motor vehicles were stopped there.
Masifika lapho nkosi enkantolo behla ke bahamba ngangibabuka mabehamba ngangibabona phela lapha kunama light lamade ngangibabuma behamba bebheka le ngapha engihlala ngakhona.
And when we got there, my lord, I saw them walking as there are Apollo lights.
Ukuthi yini enzeka ke Jardini angazi nkosi enkantolo.
I do not know what happened in the yard, my lord.
Ngoba wabuya umkhani mina sebebuya sengitshena ukuthi hayi sithola nakhe endlini yakhe akaze ngubone ngamehlo ngoplastic omnyama enakhona ethi ukuthi sithola nakhe endlini yami akaze ngikubone lonto lena manje.
And he then came back, Mukhani, having a black plastic in his hand, and he shook it, my lord, saying to me, "This is what we have found in your house." And I did not see what was in that black plastic.
Makaqeda lapho nkosi enkantolo baphinde kwangeniwe emontweni kwabuyela emuva police station.
And after that, my lord, they went into the vehicles and went back to the police station.
Sergeant Mokgane and Sergeant Mokgola testified before this court that when they went inside your house, you were present as well.
Usergeant Mukhani no Sergeant Mukhola bathe bona uma bephana ngobufakazi la bathe uma beya endlini kwakho bokhona nawo.
Nkosi enkantolo ngamanga la nkosi enkantolo.
Those are blatant lies, my lord.
They indicated that they went inside your house and then they started to search and then they found ammunition.
Bathi bona bangenile endlini uma bephuthuza lapha endlini bathola inhlamvu.
Ngamanga nkosi enkantolo lona iqiniso lo.
That is incorrect, my lord.
And as a result, you are arrested now for the possession of unlicensed ammunition.
Bese ke wena kulaye ukuthi uye waboshwa uboshelwa ukuthi wawukade uneinhlamvu ezingekho emthethweni.
Ngoba kwakusho bona nkosi enkantolo kwangasho mina kodwa inhlamvu mina ngiyibonanga namhlanje lokho.
As they were saying, my lord, it was not said by myself, and those ammunition, I did not see them to date.
And Brigadier Gininda also testified before this court that on the date, on the night in question, he was there. However, he did not go inside the premises.
Ubrigadier Gininda naye uthe ngalolo suku wayekade ekhona kodwa akazange angene endlini.
Angimazi endlini nkosi enkantolo kwangena. Angithi ngishiye emotweni uhambile yena nalabo hamba nabo uMabhena noSergeant Mkhula noMkhane nalo baba amaClass band ukuthi endlini bangena labangena ngamina ngazi.
I do not know, my lord, who went into the house, as they had left me in the motor vehicle and they went with the gentleman that was wearing braces.
And then he testified further that the suspect went in with the members inside these premises.
Uthi ke yena uye washo ukuthi umsolwa uhambe nabo endlini.
Amanga nkosi enkantolo.
That's a lie, my lord.
And then now you are arrested You're taken back to that police station. Can you tell the court what happened when you arrived at Bongani police station?
Manje ke soboshiwe ke wabuyiselwa khona epolice station yasePhukeng ake usichazisele ukuthi kuye kwayenzakalani.
Nkosenkantolo masifika e-police station bengihlele emotweni behlile yena usayitshena umhani mangishiyeke nomabhela kade wangena ngaphakathi nosayitshena umhula ngaphakathi lapha ngoba une glass ngangibabwa ngingaphandle imoto yayibuka iglass bengaphakathi ngalo ukuthini babeyibhala ngazi Nkosenkantolo.
My lord, we went back to the police station, and when we arrived, then Sergeant Mukhula and Sergeant Mukhani went out of the vehicles and they proceeded into the police station. There is a glass there and I saw them. I do not know what were they writing.
Mayebuya lapho Nkosenkantolo ubuye sekunika nalo iphepha namanje lele ngiliphethe ngithi lona phepha enganikwa lona lokho ngaboshwa leli wathi nama ngisayine kuleli phepha le.
And when he came back, he then presented me with this document, which I still have, and that is the document that I'm maintaining that I was given, and I still have it to date, and I was instructed to sign that document.
Wangitshela ukuthi ke uyangicharge uthole inhlamvu zesibhamu endlini yami ngalokho ngimbuza ukuthi ziphi lezo nhlamvu lezo mina ungikhombisa zona amandla kaze ngiyibone Nkosenkantolo.
And he told me that I am being charged for possession of unlicensed firearm and unlicensed ammunition, my lord, and I asked him where were those ammunition, as I have never seen them even to date.
Okay, let's pause there. When they went to your premises, did they tell you what were they looking for?
Manje uma beya laphaya kuwe endlini baye bakutshela ukuthi bebafuna.
Akazange bangitshela Nkosenkantolo.
No, they did not tell me, my lord.
They did not mention that they were looking for a hoodie?
Abazange bakutshela ukuthi bebakade befuna hoodie.
Lokho Nkosenkantolo ngokuqala emakhuluma la.
I only heard that as it was testified in court.
Okay, proceed now. That document was given to you.
Qhubeka ke bakunika leyo ncwadi.
Maye nginika le ncwadi uMabhena wayithatha wayibuka.
And when he gave me this document, Mabena took it and looked at it.
Wasengitshena ukuthi leli phepha leli uma ngayanga enkantolo ngomsombuluko kuzoba kuchaza ukuthi ishuthi anginacala ngathi mina ngathi liphi leli linye ngicharge ngalo ngoJune 16 ngoba phela nalo sungichargele angiyile enkantolo.
And then he informed me that if I do not appear in court by Monday, then it would mean I was found not guilty. And then I asked him, where is the initial document which I was charged on the 16th of June?
Namhlanje Nkosenkantolo akaze ngithola impendulo.
And to date, I did not get a response.
Was that interaction you had with Mabena ever put to either Sergeant Mukhula or Sergeant Mukhani?
Manje lenkulumo le ewube nayo noMabena uye watshelwa na uSergeant Mukhula noma uSergeant Mukhani ngalesikhathi bela enkantolo.
That's an unfair question. Why will it be told to third parties? Because Mabena, who had the interaction with the witness, is deceased. So why will that version be put to Mukhula and Mabena? Do you know if they were not privy to that conversation? As the court pleases now.
Mr. Spande. But we can't bring Mabena to court to testify. That is the only way to test such a version by people that were there on a date in question. But I'll move along, my lord. Yes. Did he explain the contents of that document to you?
Uye wachazisela ukuthi leyo ncwadi le bakunike yona ithini.
Angithi Nkosenkantolo umuntu mayephethe incwadi so ethi uma kuphela angisazi ukuthi makuphela isikhathi esingakanani ungayile enkantolo kwa computer unacala kusho yena utshena mina ngithi incwadi iphethwe nguwe.
My lord,
isilungu angisazi Nkosenkantolo.
As he was in possession of that document, he had told me, I just could not remember. I just cannot remember how long did he specify that if I do not appear before a magistrate, then it would mean I am not guilty, as he had the document and it was written in English and I do not know English, my lord.
So before you placed your signature on that document, you did well by informing me that you do not understand English.
Uthi wenze kahle ngokumcacisela ukuthi awusazi isingesi.
Were you forced to sign that document?
Ngaphambi kokuthi usayine leyo ncwadi le ewuyiphethe baye bakuphoqelela ukuthi uyisayine na.
Nkosi enkantolo akangiphoqa angithi uthi uyangicharge ungichanjele inhlamvu zesibhamu ngizothini mina ngithi uthi uyithole endlini ngimbuthe endlini ungene nobani ukhiye uthathe.
My Lord, I was not forced. He just informed me that I am being charged for possession of ammunition, and that ammunition was found in my house. And I asked him, how did he gain entry into my house, and who did he go into my house with?
Ngoba yena utshena mina ngimbuze yena utshena mina
Because he was telling me, I was not asking him,
ukuthi ngiyacharge ngichargele inhlamvu zesibhamu.
telling me that I'm being charged for possession of ammunition.
So my point is, there was no pressure on your side to sign that document which you do not know the contents.
Uthi ke umshushisi indaba yakhe nayila kwakade kungenayo ingqindezi eyokuthi wena usayine incwadi ongayazi.
Wayengitshena Nkosi enkantolo ngangizothini mina Nkosi enkantolo.
I was being told, my Lord, what was I supposed to say?
And there were no threats at that stage.
Futhi bekungenako ukukuthusela.
Nkosi enkantolo mangizothi sayina la ngithola iteso endlini yakho ngizothini mina kahle kahle.
My Lord, when a document is presented to me and I am instructed to sign that there are things that were found in my house, what was I supposed to say?
Ngiyethemba ngaphambi Nkosi enkantolo azange ngithi umhano ngisabisile.
I believe even here in court, I never said Mohani threatened me.
It's fine, let's proceed.
Uthi kulungile asiqhubeke.
Do you remember when I was asking you questions regarding what happened there at that place near the dumping area?
Usakhumbula ngalesikhathi umshushisi ekubuza imibuzo ukuthi kwenzakeleni ngakule ndawo la kulahlwa khona izinto.
Zimbili indawo esikhuluma ngazo nganoma yipi yokuqala ngicacisa phambi Nkosi enkantolo.
There are two areas that we are referring to. Can you please explain to
With
me which one?
ATMs.
Uthi le nama ATM.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
And then when you were made to sign documents that you did not know,
Ngalesikhathi beze bebethi usayina amaphepha ongawazi.
Ngangeke vele Nkosi enkantolo ngasayina amaphepha engawazi mina.
Yes, my Lord, I was not going to sign documents which I did not know.
I wanted to bring that under attention. Let's proceed now. Now, Mabena gives you that document, and then you sign for it. What happened next?
Bese ke uMabhena uyakunika leyo ncwadi leyo wayisayina kwayenzakalani ngemva kwalokho.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyethemba la phambi kwakho Nkosi enkantolo ngithe umhani wathi ndoda sayina la ngithole inhlamvu zesibhamu endlini yakho angithi usho njalo.
My Lord, I believe I have just said Mohani informed me that I should sign as they got ammunition in my house. That's what he said.
So leli phepha lelakhuluma ngalo umshushisi angilisayina ngoba akangitshenanga ukuthi yini le.
So that document which the state is informing me about, I did not sign because I was not told what was there.
Ngoba ngize ngasayina ngenkani ukuze ngibeke isignature yami.
Because I ended up signing it forcefully.
Which document now that you signed?
Ukhuluma ngayiphi incwadi ke
Angithi
manje?
uwenze umzekelo ngendaba yase Nkosi enkantolo benze umzekelo ngendaba yase Orlando ngithi.
My Lord, the state was making an example with regards to the place in Orlando.
Yes. So which document were you forced to sign?
Eyiphi incwadi ebakuphoqa ukuthi uyisayine?
Sikhuluma ngencwadi yase Orlando la ngafoster khona.
The document in Orlando where I was forced to sign.
Okay. Were you ever taken to the police cells at Puking?
Uye wayisiwa na emaselini ePhukeng?
Akaze ngene emaseleni Nkosi enkantolo mina.
No, I was never placed in the cells in Phukeng.
There's an exhibit PP before this honorable court, which is the occurrence book Exhibit PP1 and cell register Exhibit PP2 of Phokeng Police Station dated 19 June 2020.
Kunobufakazi oyikuthi incwadi ebekade ibhalwe esiphoyiseni eyikuthi yona ibhalwe esiphoyiseni sasePhokeng. Ubufakazi buka PP1.
Yebo.
Yes.
And it says at 0040 at Saturday 20 June 2020, suspect detained, Detective Sergeant Mokhane of National Cold Case Investigation, detained cell 294 of 0620 Bongani Ntanzi on Phokeng case 118 of 620, possession of live ammunition, notice of rights as per 14A number S09478284, read and explained to the accused and understood and detained with no injuries, correctly detained by Sergeant Mokhane.
Incwadi leyo ithi nge-20 zika June 2020 wena uye wafakwa emaseleni wasePhokeng ulethwe uSergeant Mokhane ebekade ekuthwese icala leinhlamvu ezingekho emthethweni, wena ufakwe khona lapho kulawo maseli wawukade ungalimelanga futhi ufakwe ukuyisimo esilungile. Baye baqhazisela amalungelo wakho, wena wathi uyawazwisisa futhi waphinda wawasayinela na.
Kosenkantolo namanje ngisaphinda akaze ngene emaseleni eRustenburg kimi.
My Lord, I still repeat, I was never placed in the cells in Rustenburg.
Kosenkantolo masingena lapha nephepha leli anginika lona ngirisayinele ngihleli la wavula umnyango emotweni. Uma bhene ehlele ngaphambili ngasayina azange ngene emaseleni namanje ngiyaphinda lokho phambili kosenkantolo.
My Lord, I still repeat that even when we got there, this particular document that I have in my possession, I signed for that document whilst I was inside the motor vehicle and the door was open for me to sign, and Mabena was also seated in that motor vehicle. I never went into the cells.
And then the cell register, serial number 294 Bongani Ntanzi, confirming that you were indeed detained in those particular cells.
Kuthiwa ke iregister yalapha emaseleni yangalelo langa yayikade ibhalwe 294 ethi uBongani uSindiso Ntanzi wayekade ekulawo masele waseRustenburg.
Ngamanga la nkosenkantolo.
That's a lie, my Lord.
Ngoba nkosenkantolo manje ngiyasho lapha ePhokeng ngiyayazi ngicertify khona mangihlambe ngiyokwenza njenge ID copy certify khona na police station certify kuyo.
Because I know Phokeng Police Station, my Lord, that is where I normally go and certify documents whenever I need to certify my ID copies.
Mawungaphandle kosenkantolo uyambona umuntu ongaphakathi iclass lapho uyambona umuntu ongaphakathi mawungaphandle.
When you are outside, you are able to see a person who is inside as there is a glass.
Usayitshena umkhano usayitshena umkhula babebeka amabhuku la behlele etulweni bebhala bona ngibabuka ukuthi bayibhala ukuthi babebhala ukuthina ngazi akaze ngene emaseleni kosenkantolo.
Sergeant Mokhane and Sergeant Mukhola were seated there. They also had books and they were writing themselves. I was never placed in any cell in Phokeng.
And then according to the cell register, you were later transferred to Primrose Subs for detention, Exhibit QQ.
Ukuya ngayo le register yasemaseleni asePhokeng ithi yona uye wathathwa ke wayisiwa esiphoyiseni sasePrimrose.
Kosenkantolo ngilethiwe khona lapha eGola ngazi ukuthi wakuyiphi police station kodwa ukuthi mina ngangena emaseleni eRustenburg hayi ngamanga hlaza nkosenkantolo.
My Lord, I was indeed brought to a police station in Johannesburg. However, I do not know the name of that police station. The fact that I was placed in cells in Rustenburg, those are blatant lies, my Lord.
Okay. Before that, at 0045 on the 20th of June, now on Exhibit PP1 again, prisoner transferred to Primrose Subs. Detective Sergeant Mokhane took cell 294 of 620 Bongani Ntanzi as per Phokeng case 118 of 6/2020, possession of live ammunition with no visible injuries, correctly received by Sergeant Mokhane.
Kuthiwa ke isikhathi uma bekusele imizuzu eyishumi nanhlanu ngaphambi kwehora lokuqala ntathakusa, ngazo i-20 zika June uSergeant Mukhani uye wakuthatha kwakade ikhasi number kwekuyi 1186 yaka 2020 wakuthatha laphayana emaselini wasephukeni ekuyisa Primrose wena wawukade ungalimalanga.
Kosenkantolo ngithi into yayibhalwa nguwe ukube mhlambe khona umuntu oweza kimi wazongibuza mina ngangizomtshela mina ukuthi ngishaye.
My Lord, that is what was written by him. If there was someone that came to me and asked me, I was going to inform that person that I was assaulted.
Manje akekho umuntu owangibuza mina iphoyisa la khona ema police station lazongibona ngoba yonke into amtshose ngikhulume kaningi lapha phambi kwasenkantolo ukuthi alikho iphoyisa mina elake la ngivulela la ngisemaseleni engithola la kulo police station ngisuke ngeniswa kwe nguye umhani ongivulela ngiye phakathi.
And my Lord, there is not even a single police officer from all the cells which I was placed in that came and opened for me. It was always Mukhani who was placing me inside the cells.
What is important from this piece of evidence is that there were no injuries that were noted in this particular entry.
Into ebalekile kuzo zonke izinto ezilibele zikhulunywa la manje ukuthi akuzanye kubhalwe ukuthi wawukade ulimele.
Kosenkantolo into engithandayo ukuthi nakaze ngibuza kube mhlambe ngabuza namanje ngabe kubhaliwe mhlambe kube wayithana ngoba kwakubhala yena akazangibuze mina.
My Lord, what I like is that I was never asked, and if I would have been asked, then I was going to explain, but none of them asked me.
If you were asked to state your injuries, which injuries are you going to state?
Kube uye wabuzwa wawukade uzobatshela ngakuphi ukulimala.
Ngizobakutshela Nkosenkantolo ngokufaka uplastic ekhanda nanokudlwa ama handcuff. Izandla ziyavuvukala Nkosenkantolo mawufaka ama handcuff. Mawulokhu ushaya ama handcuff dryer lapha ezandleni.
I was going to mention the part that I was choked with a plastic and also show them my wrists that they were swollen, as when handcuffs are placed on the wrist and they are moved from one place to another, they get the wrists get swollen, my Lord.
Now let us proceed now. Primrose subs around 4:30. Prisoner received. Warrant Officer Mukwena received 1 unit as per Bongani Ntanzi SAP 14-136 of 6/2020 on Pukengi case 118 of 6/2020 SAP 14A as 0947284 from Sergeant Mukhani from National Investigations Pretoria, and then his number is also put there and then he signed.
Manje ke kwabhalwa ke uma kufikwa ePrimrose ukuthi isikhathi kwakade kuyimizuzu ema-30 ngaphambi kwehora lesihlanu ekuseni la ukuthi iphoyisa warrant officer uMukwena uyena owafikela kuye wena ulethwa uSergeant Mukhani naye wabhala ukuthi bokade ungalimalanga uma ufika esiphoyiseni sasePrimrose.
Kosenkantolo ngicela ukuphinda ngicacise lethu ngoba khona lapha angathi azizwane konke. Kosenkantolo mina mangifika mhlawumbe ngongenisiwe police station bengehliswa ngihambe nomhani straight bengifika ngihlale emotweni nomabhena uMr Mhani angene ngaphakathi.
My Lord, may I please explain, because it seems like we are not getting each other here. Whenever I would arrive at a police station, I would remain in the motor vehicle and Mukhani would then go into the police station.
Ukuthi ngaphakathi wenzani angemazi uyobeka emesebiza umabhena ethi akangivulele ngivulelwe ngimlandele ngemuva ayekuvula lesele ngiyakuya ngene phakathi ukuthi ngangihamba nephoyisa lisebenza khona la azange aqondana nalonto leyo Nkosenkantolo.
And my Lord, I do not know what was he doing or saying in that police station, and then he would later come back and instruct Mabena to take me out of the vehicle, and I would follow them as they are taking me to those cells, and he is the one, Mukhani, who was opening those cells. There is not even a single time when a police officer from that particular police station that came to me or even opened a cell for me.
So you're saying the same pattern that happened in Pretoria North also happened at Primrose?
Uthi into eyenzakele ePretoria North iqhubeke iyayenzeka nase Primrose.
Kosenkantolo ngithi onke ama-police station banakhona lapha eVerrier engize ngaphumela khona nge-1 ekaMashi ngiqala ukuyongena ejele eRustenburg 2021 azange avulelwa iphoyisa Nkosenkantolo
My lord,
esebenza khona.
I am mentioning all these police stations, even in Valeria, the one which I had to move on the 1st of March, all this pattern was followed. There is not even a single time when when a cell was opened for me by a police officer that works in that police
Sunday 2020-06-21, entry was made. Suspect charged Sergeant Mokhale. It says Sergeant Mokhale from National Cold Cases Investigation. Charged one black male suspect Bongani Ntanzi for court. Contact his contact number as per SAPS 14136 06-2020, Phuking Case 118 of 6-2020.
kuye kwabhalwa futhi na ukuthi nge-21 zika June 2020 uye wayisiwa khona police station ubokade uyiselwa leliyaqala lasePhukeng case number 118 yaka June 2020.
Ngisacela ungiphindela.
Kuthiwa uye wayisiwa kwenye police station nge-21 zika June 2020 ubokade uyiselwa leliyaqala lasePhukeng lokuba nezinhlabu ezingekho emthethweni.
No, it's still the same police station.
Kusase yiyo leyo police station Primrose are you referring?
Yes.
Uthi kusase yiyo leyo police station yase Primrose ubekade ulapho nange-21 zika June.
Yebo ngiyeza Nkosenkantolo bayifundwa lapho mina ngeke ngiphawula ngento ebhalwe la.
Yes, my lord, I hear as that is what is being read. For me, I would not be able to comment on what is read.
And then that was in 22:50, and then an hourly cell visit was conducted by Sergeant Kaba and Constable Makutu. Units in the 10 units in custody, no complaints.
Futhi isikhathi ke bekuyimizuzu eyishumi ngaphambi kwehora leshumi nanye ebusuku la ukuthi ufakwe lapho kulelo cell futhi bebalibele beza bezokuvakashela bezokuhlola amaphoyisa kwakade kuno Sergeant Kaba no Sergeant Makutu la ukuthi bebakade belibele beza bezokuhlola kulelo cell ihora nehora.
Nkosenkantolo ngamanga lawo lento yokuhlolwa emaseleni ngithe mina ngiqale ejele namanje ngiyaphinde eRamshana lapha eHosi Mapolo njengoba nayo izolo ngilalile nje ubelokho evulile umuntu ekucheck ukuthi uright unesikhalo ngithi cha.
My lord, that point of hourly visits, it's a lie. As I have stated that I firstly started seeing that in prison when I went to a prison in Northwest and even in Kosimampuru. Even yesterday, my lord, I was checked. The door was opened and I was asked if I had any complaints and I said no. Then that's when they closed.
Azange ngaqondana nalo nto Nkosenkantolo police station.
At the police station, there was never such, man.
In all the police stations that you were kept at.
Kuwo wonke ama-police station labo kade uhleli kuwo.
Ngikhuluma ngama-police station ayi-4 engihlale kuwo mina.
I'm referring to 4 police stations which I was kept at.
So all these entries regarding no injuries, no complaints cannot be true.
Shukuthi konke la kubhalwe ukuthi wawukade ungena sikhalazo wawukade ungalimalanga akusiqiniso.
Akulona Nkosenkantolo ngoba zange ngibuziwe mina Nkosenkantolo.
It is not true, my lord, as I was not asked.
Futhi nokubhala kwayo akaze ngiyibone ibhala phambi la kuthiwa ngimile ngiyayibuka iyabhala.
And even when that particular document was written, it was never written in front of me. I was never there when it was completed.
What is worrisome, for instance, in Primrose, there were 10 units inside that cell, and then it was noted no complaints.
Uthi into eyikuthi iyenza ukuthi umuntu akwa acabange futhi lo muntu loyo abe nento angazibuza yona ukuthi akuzange kubhalwe ukuthi kwakade unesikhalazo nakhona ePrimrose.
Nkosenkantolo ingoba akekho umuntu oweza ke mwazongibuza.
My lord, it's because there is no one that came to me to ask me.
Namanje Nkosenkantolo ngoba lo wasejele bengibuza izolo ukuthi ngiright nangathi ngiright kube ngithe kuye ngiyagula. Ngizoqala esibhedlela kuqala bese ngifika ngisho nje ngiqala esibhedlela ngoba ngiyagula.
And even now, my lord, as the prison official came and asked me yesterday that I was fine, if I had a complaint and told him perhaps that I'm sick, I was going to firstly be transferred to the hospital, and then when I come to court, I would be able to explain that I started at the hospital first.
So I am saying that entry was not only directed to you only, it was directed to 10 other units inside that particular cell.
Uthi akusukuthi lokho kwakade kubhalelwe wena wedwa. Kunamanye ama-unit ayikuthi wayekade ebhaliwe amanye ayishume khona laphayana e-police station.
Mina ngiyibonanga Nkosi enkantolo ngeke ngiphawula ngento engayibonanga Nkosi enkantolo ukuthi ibhalwe kuyiphi indawo ibhalwe kuyiphi office ngeke ngiphawula ngento engayibonanga Nkosi enkantolo.
I did not see that, my lord. I would not be able to comment on what I did not see.
And these entries were made by independent police officers, independent from the investigations, by putting their names there.
Futhi leyo mibhalo iyenzwe amaphoyisa azimele, amaphoyisa angaphenyi kuleli cala.
As the court insists, my lord, that's an inaccurate mischaracterization of evidence.
It's what?
Mischaracterization of evidence, because according to his testimony in Rustenburg, as he read my learned colleague, those entries were made by Mohani, and he is related, is involved in this investigation.
Mr. Pidi, this prosecutor is referring to Primrose. Is that not so, sir?
I'm referring to Primrose. Even on the question of
Rustenburg, maybe whatever happened.
Pukeng, it is not Mohani who made those
Hello?
entries.
As the court persists.
Yeah.
Uthi ke umshushisi ukhuluma nge-Primrose.
Yeah.
Ukuthi kubhale amaphoyisa ahlukile, amaphoyisa angaphenyi kule cala. Yibona bekade bebhala ukuthi ulethiwe awulimalanga futhi awunazo ikhalazo.
Nkosi enkantolo nakaze ngiwabone lawo maphoyisa.
My lord, I never saw those police officers.
Futhi alikho iphoyisa leza kimi lazothi lizongibuza ukuthi nginesikhalo nalikho Nkosi enkantolo.
And there is no police officer that came to me asking me if I had any complaints.
On the objection of your counsel, say, even at Pukeng, the person who made that entry is not Sergeant Mohani. He only signed where he's supposed to sign.
Uthi futhi nanjengoba ummeli wakho ephakama uthi nasephukeni akusiwo Sergeant Mohani obhale yonke leyanto ukuthi wena ulethiwe ungalimalanga, ulethwe ungenazo ikhalazo. uSergeant Mohani yena usayinile kuphela kusho ukuthi kubhale iphoyisa elasephukeni.
But be fair to the witness, which policeman in Pukeng annotated that so that it's a complete report as you allege?
My lord, we'll check with the original occurrence book. I'll get back to that point. The extra that I have does not say who is that particular police officer.
Okay.
Yes.
Uthi uzobhekela ukuthi eliphi iphoyisa elibhale le ephukeni bese uyabuya akutshele kodwa usazobheka.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to the events of the 22nd of June 2020.
Asiyeke kwizinto ezenzakele nge-22 zika June 2020.
Do you have the copy of the charge sheet there?
Charge sheet.
Exhibit RR.
No. No.
On this aspect, my first question is, were you booked out from Primrose Subs to Bongani Magistrate Court on the 22nd day of June 2020?
umshushisi ufuna ukwazi ukuthi uye wakhishwa na esiphoyiseni sase Primrose uyisiwa enkantolo yase Bongani.
ngethemba Nkosi enkantolo ngikhulumile nalapho ukuthi sahamba saya khona mala ngitshenanga ukuthi ngangiyakuphi masifika lapha kwakuvalwe ngedanger tape la abade begcwele ngaphandle masifika khona umkhani wangena ngaphakathi ephethe ifayela lela ngathi le brown le wangena ngaphakathi yena.
I believe, my Lord, I have already testified that I was booked out, and we then went to that court, and I was not told where were we going to. And when we arrived, the place was cordoned off, and there were people that were picketing, and Mukhani then went in, having in his possession a brown file.
Wabuya lapho wakhuluma nomabhena wangitshela ukuthi lapha icourt lena kuthiwa kune corona la ngeniwa ngaphakathi.
And when he came back, he spoke to Mabena, and Mabena then informed me that there was COVID in that place. It is a court, and people are not allowed to enter.
Thank you. Just before we get there was an entry made on the 22nd, 7:15 in the morning, escort duties, Detective Sergeant Mukhane from National Cold Cases escorted one unit as per SAP 14-136-06-2020 Bongani Ntanzi, case 118 of 6-2020. He was taken to Hlabane Magistrate Court.
Uthike kuye kwabhalwa futhi ukuthi ngalo lelo langa i-22 zika June isikhathi kwakade kuyimizuzu eyishumi nanhlanu ngemva kwehora lesikhombisa ekuseni la ukuthi uye wayisiwa wena enkantolo yaseTlhabani.
So when you arrive at that particular place where it was cordoned off, and then you were told that there's outbreak of corona, what happened there?
Ithe manifika ke kuleyo ndawo la ukuthi uye watsho ukuthi yayikade ifakwe i-tape kwathiwa ukuthi kwakade kunalobhubhane we-COVID-19 kuye kwenzakalani khona lapho.
Nkosi enkantolo masifika khona akaze ngiphume emontweni mina ngoba wonke ngisho ama-truck la ayegcwele ibosho ngoba ngangibuka ayepake ngaphandle asikho i-truck umuntu okangena lapha kwangena kuphela iphoyisa.
My Lord, when we arrived there, I was not taken out of the motor vehicle, as even when I peeped through the window, even all the other trucks that had prisoners, there is no prisoner who was taken into court. It's only the police officer that went in.
Usayitshela umkhane wabuya nomuntu ayehamba naye wathi lo muntu ayanguye lona nawe ehlisiwe into mabhena wathi ayanguye lo waphinda babela ngaphakathi ukuthi kwakwenziwani mina ngazi Nkosi enkantolo.
Sergeant Mukhani then came back with a particular person, then a window was opened, and it was asked that is this the particular person, and that person confirmed. I do not know what were they talking about.
Was that particular person a male or a female person?
Lo muntu lo obuye ehamba noMukhani kwakade kuyindoda noma kwakade kumuntu wesifazane.
Ngigcina ngimazi Nkosi enkantolo emveni esikhathi kokuqhubeka kwecala ukuthi umshushisi la.
I later knew the person, my Lord, as a prosecutor.
And then let us go to the appearances of the 22nd day of June 2020.
Asiyeke la ukuthi ne navela nge-22 sika June 2020 wavela enkantolo.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my Lord.
According to this document on page 1, this is where accused number 1, okay, the accused elected legal aid in this particular proceedings.
Uthike ukuya ngayo le phepha kubhalwe ukuthi umsolwa uye wacela ukuthi amelwe abameli be legal aid laba bangakhokhela.
Nkosi enkantolo akaze ngiphume emontweni mina futhi nalo mmele ngake ngimkhomba ukuthi nangu mmele nga-appeara naye phambi Nkosi enkantolo.
My Lord, I was never taken out of the vehicle, and I would not even be able to point at that particular legal aid representative that the court is talking about.
And then the matter was adjourned, you were kept in custody, no bail. the magistrate
Icala.
also signed.
icala liye lahlethiselwa emuva futhi wena bokade usasengaphakathi esitokisini unganikangwa ibail.
kangena vele nkosenkantolo ibail ngaleso sikhathi leso
Yes, my lord, I did not have
futhi
bail.
akaze ngizokhulunywa nangayo nje
I did not have bail at that time, and I never
ngoba
had.
ngoba ngena ngana nongena ngaphakathi angehlalele emontweni
I never had anything being mentioned with regards to bail, as I also did not go inside court. I was seated in the motor vehicle.
And then we'll come back to this. After this particular appearance, what happened?
Ngemva kwalokho ke kuye kwenzakalani njengoba uthi awuvelanga umshushisi yena athi uvelile enkantolo kwenzakeleni?
nkosenkantolo khona lapha engilahleka khona kancane mayizothi angivelanga enkantolo angithi mina enkantolo angenanga ngaphakathi endawo ukuthi wawune corona
My lord, there is somewhere where I'm getting confused, as the state says I did not appear in court, as I did not go inside since there was COVID-19.
I said, what happened after this particular court appearance?
Uthi umshushisi kwenzakeleni ke ngemva kokuthi usewubuya khona kwamantshi?
nkosenkantolo mayisuke umhane ephuma ngaphakathi la ungenile emontweni
After Mr. Mkhane has went in, he came back and went into the motor vehicle.
wajikisa imoto yabheka lapha esiqhama ngakhona wehla futhi wakhuluma noJonathan ngoba ngiesikhotha ngoJonathan ngalolo langa lelo nkosenkantolo
He made a U-turn and the vehicle faced from where we were coming from, and he spoke to Jonathan as I was being escorted by Jonathan at that point.
wakhuluma nabo
He spoke to them.
ngayibona imoto mayisuka zangena indlela le ebheka kuphi ebheka ngathi ibheka le ngasephukeni lendlela le ehamba toti izophumela eLuka
And then the motor vehicles drove off towards Puking until they got to Luka.
ngayibona singena kwenye indawo ke yakhiwa hle egcwele abantu zangena imoto phakathi and zafeza paka ngemuva ngale kuma parking
And the motor vehicle then went into a certain place where there were people, and it was a well-built place, and then the motor vehicles parked there.
masifika kuma parking ke wasehla futhi ke wahamba wangena ngaphakathi ngangazi ukuthi uyakuphi maphela mina ngangazi ukuthi kiwa bayikho into engitshena yona ukuthi ndoda manje sifuna indawo so futhi azange angibuze njengomuntu owazi Rustenburg ezinye indawo ukuthi sikuphi kukuphi la akaze angibuze nithi
And when we got there, Mkhane went out and went in that place, as I was not told or asked on where were we going. Since I was a person that was familiar with Rustenburg, I was not asked on what were we or where were we going to.
Okay, you earlier testified a few days ago that Mkhane was this person, when you looked at him, he seemed as if he was worried, and as a result, he kept on asking if you're okay, you were okay. Do you remember that evidence?
Usakhumbula ukuthi wena uthe uMkhane wayekade ebukeka njengomuntu okhathazekile, ubekade elibele ekubuza ukuthi wena ulungile na?
ngiyethemba nkosenkantolo lapho ekade ngibuzelanga ngangishaya ngalokho engibuza ukuthi ngiright nengibukala
I believe, my lord, he was asking as I was being assaulted that am I okay?
You further took it further, that even at the time you were driving, he would look you through the mirror and ask if you're okay, sir. Did you forget that?
Uthe
evidence?
futhi ubekade ngalesikhathi elibele shayela imoto wayekade enokubuka nangesibuko ekubuza ukuthi u-right na.
ngikushilo nkosenkantolo ngoba ngangade ngiqeda ukushawa ngalesikhathi etshela uMabhena ethi yekela ngidimanga
Yes, my lord, I did mention that, and at that time it was after I was being assaulted, and that's when he told Mabena that leave this person, interpreted as Yegelani Dima.
So, on your way from Primrose to Tlhabane Court, did he ask if you were okay?
Manje uma nisuka ePrimrose niya enkantolo yaseTlhabane uye wakubuza ukuthi u-right na.
azange sikhulume nethi nkosenkantolo
We did not speak to each other.
And then now he gets to this place that you were describing. What is this place that you were trying to describe?
Manje senifika kule ndawo le ewichazayo yini le ndawo le ewichazayo manje?
ngithole sengingaphakathi kosenkantolo ukuthi isibhedlela.
I just realized when I was there that it was a hospital, my lord.